down in my heart, I still love you. Does that guy know he's like a legend on the internet at this point?
Shit. It's like, man, shame on all of y'all.
Yeah. Three, two, one. Welcome to another episode of Mofos with a Long podcast.
You already know.
Oh, what was that late reaction? My God.
You didn't see that?
See what?
Never mind.
No, okay. I'll see it when I'm watching this episode over. But how you doing, my dear co-host?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. How about yourself? How about yourself? You feeling good?
Mm-hmm. Stranger Things is back.
Oh, yeah.
Went to the pop-up store. It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
As the kids like to say, it was lit. I hate saying that, but yeah, it was fun.
The pop-up.
What?
Well, isn't that a song? It says like spent it all at the pop-up or something.
No, it's like a Russian song. What?
No, it's Bad and Bougie, isn't it? There's a line something like he spent it all at the pop-up.
Oh, I mean, shit. Well, I just remember something about
the hell is that?
That's a train.
Is there a train nearby?
No, there shouldn't be. What the hell's going on?
I thought I was hearing shit for a second.
But before we get all derailed.
Oh, wow. Good shit. Good shit.
What movie are we reviewing this episode?
The Peanut Butter Falcon.
And you picked this movie.
I did, yes. I was looking for a nice indie movie. I felt like we hadn't done like an indie movie in a while. Or maybe we did, I don't know. I lost track of
Yeah. We'll look back in our history.
Yeah. Maybe we did one last episode. So I don't know. No, but yeah, no, I was just looking for a nice like indie movie, something that wasn't like big Hollywood, something that wasn't like everything else, because I do like those movies that break formula. You can't really compare them to anything else because they're just kind of their own thing. And that's exactly what I was looking for. So I just kind of like I searched up like top indie movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and some like when you do that, everyone's gonna have their own opinion. You know, on like AAA Hollywood movies. Like the lists are pretty much all the same when you look up like a list of like the same. But like indie movies, like everyone has their own opinion. So this ended up being like, I think like number 7 on some list that I saw, but my eyes went straight towards it because when I heard about this movie initially, I was super interested in watching it. And then I just completely forgot about it. So as soon as I saw the title again, I was like, yeah, I wanted to see that one. Yeah. Let's do an episode on that. Okay. And so yeah, that's how we came to be here.
Definitely a good choice. Oh, like the origins.
No origins. But I made this whole channel just so we could
just to review the peanut butter. So you did this research a long ass time ago. But I guess the worry with searching up indie lists and stuff is like how you saying people have their own lists, and sometimes it's maybe like, you know, it could be head ass because somebody wants to be different so bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. But definitely a good choice.
Like motherfuckers trying to put Audition at like, near the number 1 spot of like every horror movie.
It's the scariest movie of all time. But yeah, actually this goes into my next point though. I'm also glad that you picked this because last episode, It's Kind of Darkly was so fucking so rough to watch.
It's a dark movie, no pun intended.
That's a good one. But this at least breaks. This was more feel good. You know, this wasn't as dark as the other one.
Yeah. This is definitely more of like I felt good at the ending, like when I watched this, or just like the whole time. Yeah. It evoked happy, fun feelings. There were some moments where they get like serious. But all in all, I think overall the movie is like a fun, like good, heartfelt movie. Yeah. Like makes your heart feel good.
And I guess I'm going to kind of explain the premise. We have Shia LaBeouf or Shia LaBeouf. It's LaBeouf, right? I think it's
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. Yeah.
He's buff. No, I'm just kidding.
It depends on the role, right?
Yeah.
He plays Tyler, and we have. I should have done research. And the guy who plays Zack, is that his real name?
Let me look it up.
I think it might be. Yeah, could you look it up? He is a Down syndrome person. And
That's what he refers to himself.
Yeah, that's what he refers. Yeah, I didn't know what's the political correct way of going about it, so I just the way he talks about himself. Yeah, so he's a Down syndrome person, and he plays Zack. And Zack he escaped from a nursing home because he wants to meet his.
Zack's name is Zack.
Okay.
But they spell it with a K in the movie, and in real life it's a CK.
Okay. He wants to meet his favorite wrestler called the Saltwater
Redneck. The Saltwater Redneck.
Mm-hmm. So he escapes from a nursing home, and in the midst of that, he meets Tyler, who's also going through his own adventures. It seems like.
Yeah. They both kind of had it rough because Zack. His family has left him. Mm-hmm. There's no I guess they chose not to take care of him, which is like terrible.
Yeah.
We don't really get too much background on that. We just
my bad.
You putting the moves on me, bro?
Man. I'm so sorry. Sorry, dude.
Nah, put your hand back. No. But yeah. So like his family,
How we continue from here, man? My bad, dude.
His family, has chosen not to take care of him or whatever. We don't get too much background why, but they're just not in the picture. The state really doesn't have a good solution for where to put him, so they put him in an old folks home, and that is one of the issues that he has with his life. Is everyone around me is old. Yeah, he's 22.
Mm-hmm, 22.
So he doesn't understand why he has to be at this old folks home, and that's the best choice for him. He has a caretaker, Eleanor, played by Dakota Johnson. Mm-hmm. Is Dakota Johnson?
Yeah, it's Dakota Johnson.
Okay, for some reason I was about to say Fanning.
Oh,
but I was I know that's not Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning. But anyway, so yeah. And then, he has that tape with the Saltwater Redneck on it. And he's talking about some school that he has
a wrestling school
in North Carolina. Yeah, Aiden, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And that's just his dream. Go to the school, learn the moves, become a famous wrestler. Mm-hmm. We see one failed escape attempt with I can't remember her, I think Rosemary.
Yeah, it's an older woman.
He gives her a pudding cup so she can fake cough. And he can sneak out the door. Yeah. And then that security guard just spears him.
Yeah, spears his ass. Nah, that guy's been waiting to do that shit. He didn't care who he did it to. He's been watching the same wrestling tapes that Zack has been watching.
That was a freaking NFL spear.
Oh, that was like a Goldberg spear, man. I'm surprised he didn't get up and yell, "Who's next?" You're next or some shit. He didn't have to go that hard, man.
It was funny to watch.
Oh,
I just saw them fly across the screen together. I was like, oh shit.
I would like to see that spear from the guard's point of view. He saw oh, there goes Zack. Could he?
They almost damn near you played Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah.
You know when Raiden flies through.
Oh yeah. Then he flies.
We can say that because they didn't specify a language for him.
Oh, what, Raiden?
Yeah,
that's true.
And even the creators they just no, we just say gibberish in the microphone.
Toasty, like how we do. That's our show. Say gibberish on the microphone.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, but you were saying He got speared.
So he finally, in the middle of the night, after getting his privileges taken away, his roommate, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't. Some old man.
Old dude.
We'll clip it in.
Yeah. He bends the bars so he can get through. It tells him to put soap all over his body. He's like, "Go live your dream, man."
Could you imagine being a guard and you're just walking, doing like, you're just watching premises, and you see this fool halfway outside the window, covered, lubed up by soap in his underwear. What would you think? Like, what is going on?
Oh no!
Would you question your life choices? Like, how did I get here?
I mean, he can't spear him now because he can't even grab him.
He'll find a way.
Slip.
He'll pull a ladder and jump off that bitch just to spear his ass. Yeah. Hey, Zach doesn't need to find the saltwater redneck.
Oh yeah,
he could just
talk to that guard.
Yeah, talk to that guard. Yeah, sorry, I keep going.
No, yeah, I was just like the thing I was thinking about is like, okay, because when he tries to escape the facility during the day, that guard spears the fuck out of him. But then like he goes at night and there's no one there.
Yeah,
like worst security ever.
That's like Metal Gear Solid on easy mode.
He switched difficulties.
Yeah,
in the
switched
middle of the
difficulties
game.
midnight, midday. But yeah.
Oh yeah, but then so he and then on the flip side, like it kind of jumps back and forth between the two. We get to know Tyler. Tyler's brother isn't around.
Played by John Berthal.
Yeah, Johnny Berthal. Yeah. He doesn't have any speaking lines though, but I love that guy.
He's good. He acts with his eyes a lot though.
Yeah, he seems like a genuinely like good dude too, like a solid dude.
I've seen him on Joey Diaz's podcast a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just seems like just a dude.
Like a solid dude.
Speaking of wrestling, naturally, he's married to Kurt Angle's sister.
Oh no way!
Call me Kurt Angle. Yeah, but
yeah. So his brother has passed. We don't know why yet, but his brother has passed. And then he has a boss that's kind of like a father figure to him or whatever. And his in the county that they live in, I guess they only have so many fishing licenses to go around.
Yeah.
When his brother passed, as opposed to him getting the fishing license, the license went to some rat boy in Duncan.
Rat boy. Yeah,
literally, like that's rat boy.
Rat boy.
He acts like a rat boy too.
He is a rap boy. That's Yellow Wolf.
Oh yeah.
You never heard of Yellow Wolf?
Yellow Wolf.
Yeah.
I feel like I have.
He's a rapper. I don't think he broke out too big, but he was signed under Eminem for a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
But Rat Boy just sounds like
the red or the green one. The red or the green?
Oh my god! The white one.
Whoa.
But Rat Boy's I think he has played by Yellow Wolf. Dan Duncan. Could you believe I forgot the guy's name that plays Duncan? But I think that guy's like damn in his 60s now.
Oh yeah.
He looks pretty young for his age. Yeah.
Could have fooled me. No.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
But yeah, you were.
So they get into some trouble because that fishing license went to Rat Boy and Duncan as opposed to him inheriting the fishing license. So he feels justified in going and stealing all their crabs.
All their crabs.
Yeah, because that's how they make their living or whatever. So his boss fires him. He's like, "You're gonna get my fishing license taken away."
It's just been revoked.
Yeah.
You ever seen Lethal Weapon 2?
Nah.
Oh, okay. It's a dated ass reference.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's just Danny Glover staring at the screen and he's cracking his neck. It's just been revoked. It's so head ass, dude.
Danny Glover has a couple movies where he has some like head ass lines.
Oh yeah.
That was just the era of head ass.
Yeah, that's true. Head assery. Head assery level. Over 9,000. But yeah, I keep calling you up. My bad, dude.
No, you're good. Just don't do it again.
Before I get my fishing line revoked.
But yeah. So then they get into a whole tidbit because he ruined. Not only did he get all their crabs, but he ruined their crabbing equipment. And so they track him down. They beat him down. At the same time, they're beating on him. Zack, who just is fresh out of escaping the elderly, the senior living care, the nursing home that he was in, is hiding in Tyler's boat and watches Tyler get shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
And then so Tyler's all pissed because he just got the shit kicked out of him. And he sets fire to the rest of their equipment, takes the fuck off. And then I feel like I've been talking a lot. So
that's what the adventure. You kind of just explained the premise there. I was just going to say after that. That's what the premise. That's how it begins.
Yeah.
So from there we can kind of talk about different points. So first of all, with Tyler and Zack's first meeting, I thought that shit was kind of gross because Zack puked, on himself. And because it was making so much noise, Tyler had to go cover his mouth. And Tyler talks to him super close like this and lets him respond with fresh puke breath, man. That shit is fucking nasty.
Yeah. Even he pulls out the knife on him.
Yeah, pulls out a knife on him too. Yeah.
He's like, who are you? I'm Zack.
Yeah. But yeah, the first meeting is pretty interesting. And I like how you were saying with the dynamic, it maybe kind of shows what's going to happen, that maybe that's somebody later on that maybe Tyler could kind of take as a brethren, But one thing I really like about the movie right now is their relationship is super endearing. Yeah. It's so feel good, and it's cool to see it grow as the movie goes on, because at first Tyler's very impatient with Zack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, one of the first things he says is in relation to them traveling together is as soon as I can leave you, I will.
Yeah. And I think he even attempts to. Yeah, he does attempt to, but he has to come back because I guess the story of him setting Rat Boy and Duncan stuff on fire is gained more traction, so he has to go back and maybe travel on foot with Zack, and that's how their adventure kind of gets underway. And I really like that the first thing he does that's actually kind of nice for Zack that Tyler does was when that boy was bullying Zack and kept calling him the R word.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then made him jump. He fucking
he knocked up.
Yeah, he fucking nailed that kid.
Told you can't swim.
Yeah. Dude, that was one of the most. It's this gonna sound mean. It might sound off. But that was one of the most satisfying punches I've ever seen in movie history, because that kid deserved it,
Oh yeah.
And the way it sounded just so good. The two times I watched this movie, every time that scene happens, yes.
I feel like they really had him punch that kid. No.
Yeah, maybe that kid was an asshole on set. That's a Shia LaBeouf. Then again, isn't Shia LaBeouf like a method actor?
Oh, he really did knock him out.
He ran up to the kid and just decked him. But how did you feel about their relationship, at least when it started?
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, Tyler's on the lam. He's trying to get away, get out of town as soon as possible. And then all of a sudden, he's got this guy who through no way of his own doing has now kind of become his responsibility. And so he's like very reluctant.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, as soon as I can leave you, I'm going to. And then he sees what happens when he tries to leave him. And he's like, okay, this guy, obviously he can't take care of himself. But in that regard, I think Tyler kind of believes in him more than anybody else does.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like you can see it throughout the whole movie. He's the one that keeps pushing him on. And every time Zack made doubt in himself, he's the one that he's like his best hype man. By the end, I was like, man, Tyler's like one of the best hype mans I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
in a movie. Speaking of I guess the characters, I was going to talk about the acting too. Shia LaBeouf I know he's an asshole in real life. I've heard stories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know the guy personally, but despite him being an asshole in real life, the guy's a good actor, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's cool how he. Remember the time he was known just for the Transformers movies?
Uh-huh.
Then he kind of just went away from that. And you know somebody really likes acting when they do big movies, they do small movies, they just act.
Yeah.
Because that's their passion.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that from Shia LaBeouf. Like he's somebody who really likes acting.
Mm-hmm.
And and Zack, I don't know if this is his first role, but he does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
He does a really, really good job. And Dakota Johnson as well. She does a good job. And I feel like she's almost in the same position that Shia LaBeouf was maybe 10 years ago when he was like just known for the Goofy movies or Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's just known for the 50 Shades of Grey shit, but she's trying to break out of that by doing more roles. And she's doing a really good job. Yeah, like, how did you feel about the acting?
Oh, yeah. So on Shia LaBeouf's part, one thing I will say is that for the most part, his acting is good. And the part that he struggles with is his accent. Retaining the accent the entire time through, because I mean, obviously, we hear him talk normally. That's not his real accent.
Yeah.
So there's about 2 or 3 times in the movie where he slips up.
Can you remember which specific parts, or?
I think there was one time, like when the time you were talking about, where he's trying to leave Zack behind. He's something that he says to the guy in the truck, like the accent just kind of slips.
Oh yeah.
And then there's 2 other times I can't remember. But yeah, I counted. It's about like 3 times.
Okay.
His accent slips throughout the movie. But for that not to be your natural accent, to be putting that on, and only 3 times, and the movie's like an hour.
An hour, like 30 minutes, or an hour 14 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. So I was like, oh yeah, for an hour and 40 minutes, only 3 times slipping up. Like,
At least it's not like bad as Is it Russell Crowe, his accent usually slips every once in a while, or the guy from Terminator Salvation? He's the main guy from Avatar, Sam Worthington, or something like that.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that guy cannot keep his accent straight at all, dude. Like,
he
shouldn't even try. Like, every movie he's in, they might as well just have him play an Australian person because he cannot keep it straight at all. It always slips.
You know who's Australian that can keep it up really good is Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah, Hugh Jackman could do it.
He can do an American accent pretty damn good.
It's always weird, like the people like overseas, like the UK and Australians, they could do an American accent easier than, vice versa.
Yeah, I think Americans have a hard time putting that on.
Yeah,
but we try. We're out here trying.
Oscar Isaac did it for Moon Knight. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen Moon Knight.
Oh,
is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But I've
seen the Moon at Night.
Oh, no,
I've seen the Moon at Night. Oh,
what's the Moon at Nights?
What? Oh, from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh no, I've not seen that show.
The Moon Knights. It's I forget their names. It's and I forget what the other one's name is.
They're
like the little pixel dudes. They like flip them off, and it's just like squares that like.
Is it like pixels whenever?
Yeah.
I may remember.
Well, no, I mean they are like pixelated.
Oh, okay.
Little dudes.
You have to show me the clip after this.
All right, yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about the acting. Zack was good. Dakota Johnson. Yeah, how did you feel about the other people's acting, like Zack and Dakota?
I think Dakota Johnson did a good job. I think Zack did a really good job. And I don't know, not to say like this is like you
okay there, man? You just want to skip this point?
Not to say like, oh, I was like super surprised or anything like that, but like he was on beat.
Yeah.
With a lot of his like the comedic lines that they gave him.
Now I see why you struggle, because I'm trying to agree, but at the same time, like, should I agree?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I think everybody was like a lot of the stuff that was played for laughs, like everybody was hitting their beats. And no one was really falling short in that regard. Yeah,
really good comedic timing, especially like in the first half too. And the other point is the emotional damage, the emotional impact this movie has, dude.
Oh yeah,
dude. I don't know whether I'm getting older or what's happening, but I find myself closer and closer to crying during movies now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like a couple scenes in this movie that I was like, damn, dude. that shit hit me in the heart. One of the scenes I'm referring to is it was when Zach and Tyler make that makeshift raft after encountering the blind dude.
Oh yeah.
And you just see Tyler just looking straight ahead.
Oh yeah.
And you could tell he's thinking about stuff. Mm-hmm. And when Zach tells him like, "Hey, I'm going to give you all my birthday wishes."
Oh yeah.
Dude, that shit almost broke me down, dude.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that was man. Because you could tell he was thinking about his brother.
Yeah, yeah.
And he just even like lets himself just kind of be cradled by Zach for a second. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's such a nice moment. I love the scene right before that. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the dude's name.
The blind dude?
Yeah.
With the fro? Yeah, yeah.
What did he say? Because he's like, you think you can come out here and rob old? I was like, Roy or something like that.
I can't remember. Was
it Roy or I forget what his name was? I'll have to look it up. Yeah. I just tried to look it up in the cast. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, I can't remember.
They don't have him listed out there. He was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Mm-hmm. You God fearing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're white.
I was like, are you black or white?
Yeah.
And they don't answer, so he like shoots. He's like, we're white. We're white. I knew you was white. I could smell you a mile off.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
You God fearing. Yeah. Well, then come on in.
Yeah. The mood switches so fast. But yeah, you were about to talk about that scene.
Oh yeah. No, like that whole scene is like is awesome because like it's like you're God fearing, and I can tell you're good people. What do you say? He's like I can tell the sheep from a wolf.
Yeah,
and you guys are just sheep that have lost your shepherd.
Yeah. Give him that.
But I'm not gonna let you get back on the road smelling like you do.
Yeah.
Because a wolf will find you just by your scent. So you need to get cleaned up with a baptism.
Give him that good old Tyler Perry, go to church moment.
He asked him, Zach's like, what's a baptism?
Yeah.
Tyler's like, it's like swimming.
To be honest, that guy leads to one of the problems I have with this movie.
Oh,
and it's actually very small.
Okay.
But it's something that, like, come on, man. It was when Eleanor, played by Dakota Johnson, she goes and asks him, like, have you seen this guy? And he's like, I can't see shit. Then it's like, have you heard him? Heard who? You know what I mean? What sense does that make?
Have you heard him?
Yeah, have you heard him around? Who have I heard? I've heard.
I heard the word.
Yeah. The bird is the word. Like, I've heard so many people come around. I don't know I don't know who you're talking about.
I mean, I guess if you get to hear someone enough, like, you'd be like, okay, yeah, I know who that is.
But she never even says, like, she never even say what he sounds like.
Oh yeah.
She just says, have you heard him around? I've heard plenty of people. Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a small complaint I had. That makes no sense in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but she's desperate at this point because she's like, I think she's on the cusp of losing her job if she doesn't get him back. Is what it seems like.
Yeah, she's basically sent on a mission.
Her boss is sassy when he tells her.
Oh, he's an asshole. Yeah. I'm actually glad, like, Zach broke out of that place because it seemed like a very toxic place.
Yeah.
To be with one of the guards calling him. I mean, first he got speared. Then one of the guards calls him the R word.
Yeah.
And the way they treat him, they just treat him like he's not a human being.
Yeah.
Because of the situation. Mm-hmm.
They really do. Yeah, the guards. And then, like, it's... I think the actual, like, the tenants there, the older folks, his roommate, I don't think he tries to be an asshole. I think he's just kind of like...
He's a sarcastic person.
Yeah, he's a sarcastic person. And he's kind of tired of watching the same tape 10 times a day.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
The same wrestling tape.
Yeah, I don't blame him, no.
With the atomic throw on there.
Yeah, I did that with my grandma when I was a kid.
You atomic threw her?
Oh, I mean... I'm not gonna lie. I've done some wrestling moves on my grandma.
No,
shut up to you, grandma. My brother will even tell you. but that's besides the point.
You threw her out the ring.
No. I used to put my grandma like rear naked chucks and stuff like that. But no, when I was a kid, my favorite movie at the time when I was like 9 in Nigeria was Spider-Man 1.
Uh-huh.
So I'll just watch that shit on repeats all the time until one day my grandma's like, all right, turn this fucking shit off, please. Let's watch something else. We have to watch something else.
Dang.
Yeah. But yeah, you're talking about the roommates. I was watching the...
Oh, yeah. So, like, I mean, other than his roommate kind of being annoyed, I think most of the tenants treated him okay. But they also kind of like, he's out of place.
Yeah.
That's not where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
They just, it's kind of like a holdover because they can't think of anything better for him. So yeah, like I think, like you, I agree that I'm glad that he got out of there.
Yeah.
It's not a good place for him. There's other things for him to do. And, you know, like later on, Tyler becomes of the opinion like, hey, wouldn't it be better if, you know, he's out there chasing his dreams? And stuff like that. I was gonna say Dakota. That's not her character's name.
Yeah,
That's
Eleanor.
just her name. Yeah, Eleanor. But yeah, she's basically like he has to go back, even though like she knows, you know, it's not the best place for him or whatever. So I think she's like, when Tyler kind of presents it, like he's got to chase his dreams, and then. She's like kind of on board with it because I think she's secretly wanted that for Zack too. Yeah, it's just like it's how do you make that happen? Yeah. And he kind of did it on his own. He escaped and so now Zack kind of took his life into his own hands, which is good. And then I didn't think she expected all the other information she got.
Like what? What do you mean?
After that,
they got shot at. And
they got shot at.
Yeah, the adventure.
They almost got ran over by a shrimping boat.
Yeah, that was an intense scene. Yeah, in a way. I
like the line that he says right before that happens, though. Like that's such a good line, because he says, like Tyler's scared because, or no, not Tyler. Zack is scared. Because Tyler's saying like the only way that we can get through this is we have to swim across. And so he makes like flotation devices out of the clothes and stuff like that. And Zack is like, am I going to die? And Tyler's like, of course you're going to die. It's just a matter of time. The question is, are they going to have a good story to tell about you when you're gone?
Yeah, that's such a good ass line.
Dang, that is a really good ass line.
Yeah, that shit hit hard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw that clip a couple of weeks before you even recommended this movie. Oh yeah, and that like motivated me to go to the gym that day. You know, yeah, it's a good line. You were about to say something though.
Oh yeah, no, and then like that thing happens, like they almost get ran over by the shrimping boat. Yeah, and then. And then, like, you know, Zack's all tired because he was having, Tyler's tired because he was having to pull Zack, like, super fast to try to get him away from the shrimping boat. Yeah. And so he's just, like, laying there all tired, and Zack's like, that'll be an awesome story to tell.
Yeah, yeah. Like and lifts him up and said, like, okay, let's go. Like, this guy, he just risked his, like, just burnt out his energy bar trying to save your ass, dude. But, yeah, that was, like, one of the highlights of the movie. That scene, it was almost like a set piece. The way that it's shot and the way that it's executed. And then one thing I've noticed with this movie, too, I had to go back and check. This shit is rated PG-13. But he says the F word twice. No, I think he says the F word 3 times, but it's audible twice.
Really?
The other time is just you if you have the subtitles on, you'll see that he said it. But because usually in PG-13 movies, you only get one F-bomb.
Most of the time.
Oh, that's because this was so kind of like kiddie in a way. Because there wasn't a lot that happened. When it, like, this could have been PG, I think.
Save for some of the language.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the language. Yeah,
and I like that too. He's like, only when special shit happens. Only when special stuff happens. Yeah. He's like, you don't curse? And he's like, no, I don't curse. Why not? I just don't.
Who said that? I forgot that.
He was talking to Zack. Oh. And Zack wouldn't curse. Because Tyler tells him, he's like, we'll do the special handshake only when special shit happens.
Oh, okay. That's endearing, dude. This whole movie is just super endearing. I want to think, any other parts you want to talk about or points?
When he's like, We can be bro dogs.
Oh yeah,
we can be homies. Hang out. Chill.
Yeah.
Have a good time. That part.
The delivery was really funny. Yeah. He's like, they're misspitting out each word or synonym for friends. And he's like he's very animated how he says it too.
Yeah. There's a lot of like good, just like heartfelt moments. And then there's also like you said, there's just like those moments that kind of hit you. And a lot of it has to do with Tyler and his brother, because we find out why he feels so bad about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a very heartbreaking scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see what happens, and you could tell because of what happens that throughout the movie they give you clues that Tyler, one, I think he's maybe going through depression and guilt for sure. He's suffering from guilt because I think there's a part that Zack asks him whether he's a good guy, and he seems like he really doesn't know because of what happened, because of the guilt he still holds on. And when it's revealed what happens, and they didn't even have to like go in detail. That's another thing I like with this movie too, because it keeps the momentum going. They, other movies, and it wouldn't have been bad. It may have slowed down the momentum, but other movies maybe will have delved into like seeing how the brother dies and the shit he's going through. All we just saw from the flashback, I think the last flashback we may have saw was just the car drifting. After a long night of drinking.
Because he's kind of like, his eyes
dozing
are
off. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dozing off, and you just see the car kind of swerve. And they chose to do all of the flashbacks with no audio.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I thought it was a good way. Kind of like you said. It kept the pacing fresh. It showed you just enough for you to understand exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Without it having to like do a whole segment where it's like flashback May 19th, 2006 or whatever, or some shit like that.
Yeah. Make it all gritty and shit, dude. Yeah.
Like the tumbleweed. No, I don't know.
Yeah. You're right, man.
But yeah, no, I thought it was executed very well. And just even with that, like choosing the no audio, choosing to just show you like, that they were good brothers, and then they went out to have like all of that. Like it gave you just enough for you to care, and to tell that side of the story, without slowing down the momentum.
Yeah.
And it was. I think it was right after he asked him if he was a good guy.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like see him like kind of thinking about it, and I don't know, all of that just flowed really well. I think the pacing overall of this movie was really, really good.
I watched this twice, and both times I never felt like, damn, can this shit be over yet? Like it just it's just really smooth and stuff. And how did you feel about the relationship between Tyler and Eleanor? Did you think that was what was it called, organic?
Yeah. I think, at first she's like, wow, this guy's an asshole. Like, he's too straightforward.
Yeah. He was kind of an asshole when they first met, though.
Yeah, his approach was kind of off.
Yeah, that's like no game. Just interrogating her and shit, dude.
Dude, I liked that old man gave him his hooch.
Oh, yeah. Because it seemed like he's going through a lot.
Yeah. Could you imagine? He's like, I'm just going to take a swig to calm my nerves.
Yeah.
He drinks the hooch and then gives the rest to him.
Yeah, the whole thing.
I was like, dang, bro. I've been in a lot of gas stations in my life. I never had someone give me their hooch.
Yeah, because they don't want you to fucking drink and drive, dude.
Oh, man.
What they called? What if somebody gave you a hooch and they called it like gentry fucker, like they did in the Texas?
Mash the two movies together. Yeah. Gentrifucker. I've never been called a gentrifucker.
How do you even react to being called a gentrifucker? Like, what does that mean?
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you were saying with the gas station.
Oh yeah. Like that whole scene was great. One for the old guy, just like giving him the hooch, and then like, he had like no game on that. He was too desperate.
Yeah.
To the point that she was even like, have you gentlemen, I'm assuming I can use the word gentlemen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good moment. When they finally get to where they're going, it's it started off heartbreaking and then like turned endearing.
You talking about like at the very end? Or
yeah, like towards the end.
Okay.
When they finally get to meet the legend.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
The saltwater redneck.
Yeah, go on.
What was his name? It was like Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt.
Or something
played
like
by
that.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy has a good head of hair for his age.
Yeah. They find out the wrestling school closed down like 10 years ago. And that was Zach's dream, was to be trained by the saltwater redneck so that he could become a famous wrestler. And yeah, there's no school anymore. And so Zach, I don't know what he was going for with that conversation though.
Who he was Tyler and Zach?
I mean Tyler, sorry.
Yeah, Tyler.
Tyler, with that conversation, that he was talking to him, he's like, he looks up to you, he was wanting to come to the school and learn the moves and stuff, but then he like reels back and he's like, but that's not your shit, I don't mean to bring shit to your doorstep.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I got confused at that part because it seemed like he was trying to guilt trip him at first. Then maybe he caught himself doing that. It's like, oh, let me just let this shit go. Yeah, that's what it seems like. But yeah, that was a really good scene. And another thing too is like really good acting from like Thomas Hayden Church. You could tell that seeing somebody who's a fan kind of brought up his spirits. And you don't know what's happening in his life, but you could tell that maybe things haven't been going the best in his situation with the wrestling and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I like that too, where he's like, he kind of takes a moment, he's like, so he used to be a fan? He's like, are you kidding? You're like his hero. And
you can see that just lift that guy's spirits up. Like, shit, I still have a fan out there,
And then like, it's like, man, like you're all like, kind of downtrodden because like that was Zach's dream. And they're walking away. And then he comes up doing the donuts in the car with like all he threw on his old like wrestling gear and shit like that.
That's when I seen that almost made me cry, dude.
I was like, oh, that was so good.
Yeah, I know, so endearing because like the fact that this man took the effort to go put on his gear, then get in character to come, see this kid. That hit me hard, man.
It made you feel so good. And like he even did the donuts in the car, like the dirt's flying everywhere. He's got like the radio blasting and stuff like that.
And he just switches character. He goes from Kurtz to the saltwater redneck.
Redneck.
And you could just see how Zach, his spirits lift up too.
Oh yeah.
That's how I used to feel about wrestling when I was younger. I used to love wrestling, dude.
He's like, I told you he was real.
But damn, speaking of wrestling, at the end we get some cameos from Jake the Snake Roberts. He's the tall dude.
Oh, his friend.
Yeah, his friend that's kind of an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Jake the Snake usually plays a bad guy in wrestling back in the day. And we also see Mick Foley, who's Mankind.
Oh yeah.
He's the referee.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I totally missed that.
Oh yeah, he cut his hair.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, because as Mankind, did you watch wrestling back in the day?
Kind of here and there.
Did you remember Mankind? He wore a mask, so I won't be surprised if you don't.
No, but I remember Mick Foley.
Oh yeah, that's Mick Foley with the red flannel and shit.
Yeah,
that's him. He just cut his hair.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, no, that whole because he's like training him.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And then like one of the first things he asked him to teach him is the atomic throw because he's like seen it on the tape so many times. And he's like, that one's just smoke and mirrors. Like no one can actually do that.
Which I feel like it's false because they do that shit in wrestling all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they lift people up like that. At least when we see what the atomic throw is, that's a basic throw in wrestling nowadays. But maybe he's saying it because maybe for his era it wasn't That wasn't a move at the time.
Yeah.
And also maybe to save Zack, because Zack can't do that to somebody until we know, until the end, we see. But yeah, you wanted to talk. You were talking more about the wrestling.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I think that whole thing was like, yeah, the buildup was great. They're like, oh yeah, you trained, let's throw you in a fight tomorrow. And
shit got real when they got there.
Oh yeah. They were getting fucked.
Oh yeah, dude, wrestling's already hard enough.
Oh yeah, but that was like backyard, no rules wrestling.
Some hardcore wrestling type shit.
That and they had made some like in an earlier scene they had made like a makeshift costume for Zack and dubbed him the Peanut Butter Falcon. So they kind of like remade it out of cardboard for the match.
That's not a part that Tyler just shines, because nobody knows Zack. But he's just there to hype his man up, dude.
Oh yeah, he like has like he plays the intro music. Yeah, and because everyone's just kind of like, he's like, give it up for the Peanut Butter Falcon. Yeah, everyone's kind of sitting there, and he's like, whoa, yeah, come on, baby, dude. Fly, baby, fly. He's like spinning around. Yeah, he puts the music on, and then like everyone kind of like gets with it. He runs by the crowd, does like the the high fives all around,
kisses the woman. You know, that kid has charisma, natural charisma, man. Everybody needs a friend like Tyler. You know,
hell yeah,
get your friend like Tyler. That person will stick through, stick it through, or whatever the fuck I'm trying to say.
About sticking, bro?
I'm trying to say you stick through thick and thin with you. I don't know why that was so hard to get it out. I wish Tyler was here to root me on. I said struggle through that shit.
You're gonna stick it in thick, and it's like, what are you talking about,
it
bro?
Through thick.
Are we still talking about the same movie here, bro? Oh man.
But yeah. But yeah, Tyler does a good job bigging him up, man, throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah, he does. Like that's the kind of hype man you need in your life. If your friend ain't hyping you up like that, like toss him. No.
Yeah. atomic throw them. But which we end up seeing anyway.
Oh yeah, because it's supposed to be smoke and mirrors, but then like Jake the Snake is like beating.
Yeah, he's beating the shit out of Zack.
Yeah. And Tyler's like, you still want to do this? And Zack's like, yes. Like, I still got, like, this is his dream. He can't give up on it.
Yeah.
He just goes up there, and like right as Duncan and Rat Boy have finally caught up with Tyler.
Yeah.
We have just enough time to see Zack pick up that fool
Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake is fucking huge.
Yeah,
in real life, man.
And like everyone is just in awe because according to them, it was all smoke and mirrors. He had never really done the throw for real. But then here's this kid who, like, after one day of training, just picks this fool up and does the perfect atomic throw. And you even see that fool start like sailing.
Fine. Yeah, that part did get fantastical though. It almost turned into a sci-fi movie at that point, or fantasy movie.
Yeah, right as that happens though, Tyler takes a tire iron straight to the face.
Oh yeah, and
everything goes black.
I thought the movie does a good job at the end of the swerve, because the way they set it up, they made it seem like, Tyler's gone,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they made it seem like it was a whole Tyler moment, like Boys in the Hood. another Boys in the Hood reference to the season. Yeah. But yeah, we see Tyler, like you said, take an tire iron to the knee, like fucking Skyrim. I used to be a hype man until I took a tire iron to the head.
Wow.
But yeah, so at the end you see like Eleanor and Zack in the hospital, and the way Eleanor is like reacting, you think, oh man, okay, I guess Tyler's gone.
And then he finally had his birthday, and he was always telling people like, you're not invited to my birthday party.
Yeah.
You're invited to my birthday party. And he finally has his birthday, and it's in the hospital while they're waiting to see if Tyler's going to be okay. It's like, dang.
Yeah. And but at the ending, they finally, I guess, reach their destination with Florida. And they get to Florida, and the way that's shot, you think that Tyler still didn't make it, but afterwards, Zack taps Tyler to wake him up.
You see him like kind of stirring in the back.
Yeah, with black eye and everything.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
Yeah.
But he's alive. Yeah.
But that was just like the last, like, yes, it almost had a sad ending.
Yeah, I was watching it with Darby, and Darby was like, "So he died then?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I felt like that was a weird way for them to end the movie too." Because she always asked me questions in the middle of the freaking movie. I'm just like, just watch it.
Yeah.
Just watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Victoria does the same thing.
So like I just finally I was like, I thought that was a weird way for them to end the movie, but
how did she react with the swerve?
And then like when you finally see he's alive, she's like, "Oh, you're an asshole."
No, what do you mean? Like you don't want to spoil the movie, you know? But was she happy that he?
Yeah.
Okay. But so that brings us to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And again, thank you for recommending this because, after the Scan it Darkly, this is what I needed. Dude. With the way that one ended compared to this one, it's night and day, dude.
That one, I don't know. It just left me all kinds of like,
Yeah. But this is more feel good. This is like just.
You know what else has that effect though?
What?
You ever seen Black Mirror?
Yeah, a couple episodes. Yeah,
dude, like there's very few episodes of that have good endings.
Yeah, that is
or like
true.
happy endings, and like most episodes of that show, like leave this like pit feeling in my stomach.
Yeah.
Like,
the one with the guy that got blackmailed for beating off. That was a dark ending.
That was a dark ending.
Yeah, it was super dark. Go watch that episode. It's one of their best. I'm not a big fan of Black Mirror, to be honest.
Oh, for real?
But I do like a couple episodes here and there, and that one I would say is one of my favorites.
Game Test is probably one of my favorites.
Is that the one with the dude going to like the virtual?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Of course you would like it since you're a game developer too, right?
Oh yeah. He meets the what's it? Trying to think of the guy who worked for Konami.
Hideo Kojima?
Kojima, yeah. He's like the Kojima of that world.
Oh, okay. So that guy's all head ass and stuff?
Yeah. Well, he's like, he says something like, "What makes people play the video game?" He's like, "You're scared. You're facing your death, but you live."
Yeah, oh my God.
It's like,
that sounds like something Kojima would say, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What makes people play video games? They have to go deliver fucking packages. Like Death Stranding or some shit like that.
I'm not gonna lie, like I was hyped for that game when it came out, and I played it, but I didn't get to the good part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like that hiking simulator portion of the game is very long, and their UI is very confusing.
Yeah.
And so like I have been stuck ever since I received the game and like played it up to that point. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Like their UI for like, hey, you're supposed to be delivering this package to this place or whatever. Like it's not obvious.
One thing I've heard about that game that people like universally praise, and to me this worries me. When people are like, "Damn, your walking physics are amazing," I'm like, I don't know about that, son.
It is.
Yeah.
It is spot on. I will say that. Like
But,
you've got to like. Hold the triggers to like hold your pack close to you and stuff like that.
But think about that. If the highlight of your game is walking, I don't want to play that shit, dude. I walk in real life, you know. I play these games to do some fantastical shit, you know.
So I take it you gave up on The Walking Dead.
No, yeah. Like not even as a joke, I did for sure.
I'm still going strong.
Yeah,
but that all has nothing to do.
Yeah, let's go back to this ending of this movie. But I guess, are we ready for a review? Or are there more things you want to talk about?
I think anything more that I could say really would all just kind of go to my rating.
Your rating? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like.
You ready to give the rating then?
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Ladies first. No.
Oh my God, you got me there. Before I fucking atomic drop your ass.
Oh, yeah. We're about to have a special bar fight episode.
Oh yeah, put that on Patreon. On pay-per-view.
Only hands.
Only hands. But I will give this movie a solid. I feel like this is my go-to rating. It's an 8 atomic drops out of 10. The positives, just a super feel-good movie. I kind of feel like, could you watch this with the Savage or no?
I thought about watching it with her, but I'm just like, some of it I don't think is kid appropriate. I try to limit the amount of language I expose her to as well, just because I don't want her running around dropping the F-bomb. Like,
yeah,
no one wants their kid running around dropping the F-bomb.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how kids are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a super positive movie. The momentum is very, it flows as we mentioned earlier. It's very smooth. The chemistry between all of them is very organic, very realistic, grounded, and super endearing. What else about the movie? Yeah, when it does have emotional impact, it really hits you hard, and it also does a good job also being really funny and being very inspirational. It does a lot of things correctly, right? And the acting was good from everybody. Everybody did they did their parts very well. Negatives, I can't really think of, besides maybe the last parts turning kind of fantastical to the point that the CGI kind of look wonky, but it doesn't last long enough to break the movie because it knows when to cut off at that point. Because if any longer, they've been like, okay, let's wrap this shit up. But yeah, that one part, it does kind of break what's been set up in this kind of like, I guess, world, this type of story. And yeah, that's really it for me. Yeah, just that ending part just being kind of weird, but yeah, that is my rating.
Okay.
What's say
all right. I think maybe I enjoyed it a little better than you did.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna give it 8.5 buckshots.
Oh, yeah.
It's a buckshot.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you can pull the trigger, but can you aim it? It's a buckshot.
He says things with so much conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really does. But yeah. Yeah, overall, like you said, it's a really feel good story. It gets emotional at some points, like to the point it's like, ooh, that kind of hit my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially like Tyler's whole journey. Like it just kind of, it has an overall positive vibe with a little bit of lets you get a little sad.
Yeah.
Thrown in there. Overall, at the ending of the movie, I felt great. I didn't feel bad. Like I think if they would have let Tyler die, I would have felt a little bad, or wouldn't have felt as good about the movie. Do
you think that would have brought your rating down?
I don't know if it would have brought my rating down.
Oh, so you just talk about how, like, I guess the feeling, like,
yeah, the overall feeling of just like feeling good at the end of the movie.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Because yeah, I mean, like, yeah, when I was done watching it the first time, I was like, man, I feel really happy right now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's just a feel good movie. Like you said, like the chemistry between Tyler and Zack is just it's phenomenal. Like just to see them, you know, that reluctant
partnership,
friendship at first just like flourishes into this beautiful friendship where like he realizes like no one believes in him. But so he needs someone to believe in him, and he steps up and he is that person, and he becomes his biggest hype man by the end of the movie. He to the point that he has him do a backyard wrestling match.
That's
where
true.
it's just like, I don't think anyone that was in his life before he met Tyler would have ever thought that he would ended up in that situation.
Yeah.
And then there he is, atomic throwing some grown ass man out of a ring. there's the special little moments that like are so goofy, but like you can see the camaraderie, like the dumb, like them putting the the watermelon on the head for like the helmets and stuff, or like the stupid, like when they get drunk and they come up with the Peanut Butter Falcon thing, whatever.
Yeah, no, he's the only. Sorry to cut you off, but Tyler's the only person I've heard say, instead of alter ego, he's like, you need to come up with an alternate ego. I'm like, the fuck? Yeah. I've never heard anybody say that before.
An alternate
ego. I said the whole thing.
But yeah, that was funny. And then also like when they're on the raft and after they have like their little moment where he's like kind of laying his head on Zack, like right immediately after that, they're like patting each other's faces, and like you could see like the moment they're creating is like they have this like affection, but it's like a bro affection, but it's still like this is an acceptable way for two dudes to like show their affection to
bromance.
each other. Yeah. It's a bromance. Yeah. And yeah, so like that was it was cute, for lack of a better word. Like it was like a cute little moment. All of it, man. Like I said before, that freaking saltwater redneck doing the donuts and just putting his outfit on for this kid who's like his biggest fan. It's just it all just made me feel so good. I was like, dang, yeah, I'm gonna give this one. Yeah, like I said, I think an 8.5 is definitely what I'm feeling for this one.
Any negatives or
no? Any negatives?
And if you can't find any, you don't have to force any.
I don't know. The whole like I guess the Duncan and Rat Boy thing kind of creates a reason for Tyler to be on the run. Yeah. But it just kind of, and then I guess towards the end kind of to create that conflict. But other than that just kind of seems like a little out of place in the movie.
You think it was unnecessary? Like they didn't need that
part? Like they might have could have done something else.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like it could have just been just a road trip movie, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, he even says later on that like we got something that ties us together, because Zack's on the run because he escaped the nursing home. Yeah. And Tyler's on the run because Duncan and Rat Boy are out to find him. So yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I felt like they could have found another way to do that because it was just kind of, I don't know. Like I said, it seemed a little out of place with the rest of the movie.
They made Duncan and Rat Boy seem like the world's greatest detectives, man.
Oh yeah.
They're going around like Batman or some shit.
Yeah, they show up to that campsite that they had, and they were all like,
like it's CSI Miami or some shit. Enhanced zoom.
we know exactly where he went.
Yeah. Like I understand getting your license revoked, but to go that hard, man, I guess just the work that we're doing. Like, dude, you guys could just back the fuck up.
You ever seen Barry?
Not yet. I do want to.
There was one of the because they have an acting class. They're looking for someone, and they show the picture. They're like, this is the best picture we have of it, but it's all like grainy. And someone's like, I was an extra on CSI. You could have just like digital enhanced.
No, enhanced.
And they're like, that's not real.
Enhanced zoom. But you want to touch up on any points?
No, I mean, other than that, I can't really think of anything wrong with the movie. I know you had your little thing about like Dakota. I kind of brushed that off of like she's desperate at this point.
Oh yeah.
She's her job is on the line. Which, like, I guess at the end, like, she just said, fuck a job.
Yeah. They all just went to Florida, man.
Yeah.
With their new family. But, I guess with that, we're kind of done talking about this movie. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave comments. What did you think about this movie? What were some of your favorite parts? well, you're a wrestling fan just like me growing up, or and if you do not, we'll atomic drop your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Or atomic throw. But and also thank you for supporting us, watching our last couple of videos in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not freaking top of the line YouTube numbers, but for us, we appreciate it.
Yeah. You guys really impressed us with the views on The Last Dragon. So yeah, we definitely appreciate all of the support that we've been getting recently.
Yeah. So yeah, please make sure to keep watching, and again, leave comments, anything that we could work on to get better or to improve. Let us know. But with that, I guess we're done with this episode, my dude.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
Next time.